This
o'clock, we
conference
shall
will now
bring
be
this meeting to
recorded.
order. First up is the adoption of the agenda as it is.
Want a motion to adopt?
Okay,
I'll make it.
all right, second.
Second.
All in favor? Brief general comments. Gene?
Yes, sir. I'll just give you some quick comments tonight. At your May meeting, I presented the budget, the recommended budget to y'all. It maintains a high level of service. It does a couple other things. I think it, during your budget planning strategy meetings, it provided the local match for the 24 trail. And I think that's the final section of trail there. Provides a 2% COLA for the employees, and pursuing other real property acquisitions for the town. Other than that, I don't really have any comments, but I'm glad to answer any questions you have.
Okay.
So the trees that are going to go down the side of 58, is that, are we still doing that?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
So the town was able to get reimbursed for the ones that they purchased, so that money's still there. Yes, ma'am.
Okay, cool. I still don't know why we can't have crepe myrtles though. They're
evil.
everywhere.
They're evil.
They're everywhere though. What do you recommend?
Not putting anything.
See?
Mm-hmm.
Why
knew
waste
it.
the money?
I knew it.
That's just my opinion.
Christmas decorations.
There you go. See, you could spend that money on Christmas
And
trees.
what's Christmas trees all the way down the floor.
But then we can
There you
decorate
go.
them all.
Christmas trees.
Light 'em.
And we can sell them, make some money off of them. There you go. I like that idea. Any more questions or comments for Gene? If not, then I'll entertain a motion to go into the public hearing.
I'll make that motion.
Okay, second. Okay, all in favor? All righty, we are now in public hearing, and we had nobody sign up. Did you want to say anything? You're seeing how you took you trouble to come here.
Thank you. I will say one thing.
Hang on just a second, we'll get you
mic'd up.
Get you for posterity.
Thank you.
Should just grab one when you walk in.
So I've made this suggestion at many budget meetings and been many budget hearings, and it seems always to be ignored. But I have asked my personal garbage collector, that when I say that, the man who picks up my personal garbage, and I said, wouldn't it be easier for you, rather than going up this street all around and coming down the other side, wouldn't it be easier for you and maybe cheaper for the inhabitants if we all put our garbage cans on the same side of the street? He said, that makes too much sense for the higher ups. So once again, I'm suggesting this time next year or whenever you negotiate with the garbage pickup people, ask them if it'd be cheaper and make sense to have all the residents put their cans on the same side of the road. Easy. That's it.
I'm sure it'd be cheaper for them, but I doubt they'd give us a break. But you never.
You won't know until you ask.
All right, seeing there's nobody else to comment, I'll entertain a motion to leave the public hearing, go back in regular session.
Make that motion.
Okay.
I'll second.
All in favor? All right, we're now back in regular session at the Board of Commissioners review. Anybody have anything they'd like to say? If not, we'll move to discussion of any desired adjustments.
Just to be transparent, I got a couple things I'd like to say, just to be transparent. We're looking at buying a boat ramp. We don't know if we can get the financing now, so for this budget here, we shouldn't even be discussing that.
I agree.
But we're fooling ourselves for the next budget not to be prepared for probably a small tax increase and to raise the price of the ramp passes to maintain revenue. Just throwing that out there in case I'm not here next year, so you guys can talk about that. But in the interest of transparency, I think we need to just throw that out there. Okay? That's all I want to do.
I personally think that you are correct. I think that when you look at the trend in expenditures, I think they tend to trend upward. And I mean, you think of what a revaluation is. A revaluation is essentially saying the price of things has increased. And so I think just in case I'm not here next year, I think it is important to also say and to think about, we got a lot of stuff on the horizon. We got a lot of big things. We've got a lot of good things. And, Steve, you've always talked about the way it was when you first got on the board, how times were a little tight. And I think there's no reason this board needs to put ourselves back in that type of position. So I agree. I think we need to be a little more sort of long-term thinking, not just what looks good at this instant in time.
Well, I think we're in good shape for the fiscal year. I mean, I think we can do it without a tax increase.
I agree.
I think we may have to dip in the general fund a little bit, but I think if and when we acquire the boat ramp, then we need to have another discussion about possibly the fee schedule and see how we stand as far as revenue, anticipated revenue. I've got some figures, but I didn't think now's the time to be talking about it because it's not going to be a part of this budget, but just to prepare the board for future. It's coming. So
Revaluers are always iffy. It's hard to put a pin down and say, yep, this is the money we're going to get because we don't know.
that's
But
right.
I think this budget does a very good job, minus like what you were saying. Because everybody's taxes are going up regardless of what we do. That's the thing people are going to hit.
Well, everybody that was over that, 53% mark in their reval,
Yeah.
which is just about everybody I know. I'm shocked that 53% is the average number, frankly. But do we have any idea, or does the county provide you, Gene, with numbers to show how many of our residents are above and below that 53 mark?
I don't have that. No, sir. Let's see what I can find.
If you could get it, that would be awesome. If you cannot get it, let me know and I can get it for you.
Yeah.
Because that'll tell us a lot about what our revenue is going to look like.
Well, I think frankly, I must have had it, so they anticipated revenue for this budget, so might have had some kind of insight on that, so.
Yeah, I don't know what Frank's process was, and I'm sure he did a great job putting that together, but I think that there's a way we can hammer that down a little
The
bit
number's
further.
out there for sure. Yeah.
Well, given the information we've got now, the overall picture is we're safe in adopting, in my opinion, a revenue neutral budget. And if we have to tweak it going forward, or I think we can make it until the next fiscal year budget.
Oh, yeah.
I agree. I don't think that our revenues are going to go up even at a revenue neutral tax rate.
That's correct. Frank has always erred on the side of caution and been real conservative with his figures because that's what the board has always been. So time will tell.
We're in a very, very good fiscal situation right now for the town with the benefits and the services we provide. It's almost unheard of.
Well, to give you an example, not to get off topic here, but we're charging not a small fee of $225 a year for the boat ramp passes currently. The Bayshore 9 was going to charge $450 a year. So just keep that in the back of your mind. Like I said, when the time comes, I've got a nice set of figures to present to you guys. I think it's going to be not much of a challenge. But.
Any more discussion or comments? Well, we have the option to go ahead and potentially adopt the budget and the fee schedule tonight, if you gentlemen, ladies.
Mayor, I'd like to go ahead and make a motion to adopt the budget as written.
Okay,
I'd like to second that motion.
all right, all in favor? Would y'all like to entertain a motion for the fee schedule as well?
Yeah, do we want to go ahead? Do you want to wait till we talk?
I think we have to wait. I
Okay.
really do. There's so much uncertainty about.
You said,
We have to have the discussion. I know there's consensus among us that we're going to limit the boat ramp to Cape Carteret
Mhm.
residents only. That, we need to have a separate meeting on that or put it on a future agenda after we get approval to buy this boat ramp. And we'll talk about all this at one time. We can make the amendments during the year.
right. That's what I'm thinking. We would have to have this fee schedule in place for this budget. But then, I mean, we may have to modify, we would have to modify this because we're not.
We don't know where exactly
Yeah.
where we are with the budget.
So I think we're going to have to go ahead and probably adopt.
Yeah, we're going to have to
The
adopt
fee
this
schedule.
as, we have no basis or no.
I was trying to think
Yeah.
that out of my head.
Yeah, we have
Yeah.
no, we're not there yet.
Right, right.
We know we will probably get there, but we're not there yet, so it's not a
So
problem.
we'll have to adopt with the intent to amend. So,
If you can do that.
Yeah.
With the fee schedule, you can adopt that anytime.
so I would like to make the motion to adopt the fee schedule as written.
I'll second.
All in favor? All righty. Well, unless anybody has anything else to say, I'll entertain a motion to adjourn.
I'll make a motion to adjourn.
Second it.
All righty, all in favor? Thank you. Thank you, Paxton, for being here. Appreciate your comments.
Braving the rain.
I know.
Hey, Gene, be sure to adjust his salary. He didn't earn it.